Welcome to my studio. So this is a behind the scenes look at how my studio functions for me and everything that it has to do in order to facilitate my life as an artist and an art school owner and a wife and a mother. I'm going to give you a behind the scenes look at everything that I've got here, and as you can see, it's a complete mess. There's stuff everywhere. It's a creative mess. And I've come in here to give it a quick tidy and to get some stuff together because I've got a workshop this afternoon and I've got a class this Friday, and I'm also preparing for a 2-week online painting course which is starting towards the end of this month. So stick with me and have a look while I reorganise my studio and talk you through everything that I use it for. Because I do a lot of filming and online streaming, obviously I need a computer. This is my computer setup. I much prefer having a PC to having a laptop. And of course I've got my nice ring light to give me good lighting. And I also have a studio light that helps me light up the background. And I've got my nice tripod here, which I use to sit the camera on top and look at me over there while I'm making some work for demoing. Lighting is always a bit of a problem, and even though I've got some big windows in the studio, I've got a big window there, I've got a big window over there, I've got 2 roof lights, lighting is still a bit of an issue. So even though I've got a ring light and a big studio light there, I could do with some better lighting, to be honest, but that's something I'm going to work towards in the future. But of course, for my in-person classes, I don't need all that lighting, so now I have to put it all away in my storage, which happens just behind that door there. Here we have my studio looking much better, much clearer. I've organised my box of goodies for my afternoon class, which is at a different venue this afternoon. But the space still isn't life drawing ready for this Friday, including this wonderful painting done by my 3-year-old. So let's get that put away and let's get the room ready for life drawing. It's really important in my life drawing classes that we work at easels, so I've got my 6 easels out ready. My life drawing classes are capped at 6 because although this is an amazing space, with a live model in here, me and 6 students, that's about my limit. So 6 easels with boards ready to go. And here I've got my paper. I buy big paper and actually cut it in half. Just because it's so much more economical to work that way. And very occasionally I do like to have access to huge pieces of paper like that, but it's only thin cartridge. In my life drawing classes we tend to do quite quick sketches, so we go through quite a lot of that. So here is my central table, which is wonderful. It hosts all my videos and my lessons and my in-person workshops. And it houses my paper, and it houses my glues and paints and bits of tracing paper and really random things that I've collected as an artist that I found interesting over the years. For example, in here is some round gold cake bases, because I thought I'd like to do a project with those at some point. Down here, I've got my collection of interesting wine bottles, and I collected these because they have interesting images on the labels, and I thought that I'd quite like to do something with those pictures, maybe a series of drawings from them. So even though it makes me look like an alky, I have got my interesting bottles of wine under my table. And I think my favourite corner is these 2 shelves, because I have everything that I need to make artwork on here, including my wonderful bookshelf, which is my pride and joy, full of magazines and books and texts and encyclopedias, old copies of the Connoisseur, pictorial knowledge, amazing books that I've often got for free or for very little, and that provide ongoing source material and inspiration for my artwork. I cut into them, I copy from them, I trace from them, I draw from them. That's my pride of joy. And I do keep adding to it. Yes, I do. And here's my materials shelving unit. I've got my sort of technical bits and bobs like microphones and phone chargers and camera chargers. I've got my gel plates, and I have quite a lot of those because I run gel plate classes. My sketching board, my artistic hairdryer, my box of loose charcoal, loose watercolours in there, bits of string, cutting boards, marker pens, which I never have enough marker pens. I'm always having to replace those. Tape, compass, but it's a really, really good compass. Weird rulers, scissors, craft knives, Mod Podge, of course. Charcoal, hairspray, inks, rubbers, pencils and pens, although I tend not to let my students use rubbers because I think that's cheating. Kitchen towel, baby wipes. I bought these plates. I think I got them from B&M Bargains. They're ceramic, flat, with a rim around the edge, and they are brilliant for paint palettes because you can clean them really easily. So I got a load of those, which I use for my painting classes. And yeah, so that's everything I've got. Because I'm online for all my art school classes and lessons, my computer is really important to me. So I'm doing a bit of work here because with my storage, as you can imagine, I have reams and reams of videos, recordings of live sessions, pre-recorded videos that I've done, etc. I use Google Photos to store my photos and all my videos. And I pay a little bit extra. I pay extra every month, so I think I've got like 2 terabytes of storage or something, which I'm about halfway-ish using. So right now I'm just moving videos from my computer over to my Google storage because I've got to the point where I've got so many videos on my computer that it's running really slowly. And every time I try and edit a video, a new video, it's just going so slowly at the minute. So I'm backing up my videos, deleting them off my computer, and then I've got lots of space on my computer to edit videos and get new stuff out to you. As you can see, that's the webcam that I use for my live streaming, but it's very limited in terms of streaming sessions. So I'm very excited that I've got this new invention here, this new bit of tech, which is basically, it's gone all blurry, but it's basically a cable which connects my DSLR camera to my computer, which means that I'm going to be able to live stream videos. So I'm going to be able to be painting in my studio at an easel and setting my camera up on my tripod, which I showed you earlier. And to be able to live stream really high quality painting videos rather than just on my webcam, which wouldn't be good enough. And that's specifically going to be great for my acrylic painting course, which is coming up in about 2 weeks. So if you're interested in learning more about my acrylic painting course, get on my mailing list. The link is down in the comments below. And I'm going to tell you all about what's coming up, and it's going to be really great. I'm really excited for it. So thank you for watching this little tour of my art studio and seeing how hard it works for me. It does so many different things for me, including a painting studio for my children and everything in between. I hope you enjoyed it. If you do, give me a like and subscribe, and do consider joining my newsletter because I send out lots of really interesting tips and guidance to support you in your art practice. But in the meantime, maybe drop me a comment below and tell me how your studio functions. What sort of space have you got and how do you use it? Does it have multiple purposes? Do you use it for multiple things? Is it on your kitchen table that you have to fold away in a box, or do you have a lovely palatial studio space with wonderful lighting? If you have, then I'm very jealous. But let me know in the comments. I reply to every one of them. I will see you in the next video.